Alright, Awakening with episode 2. I'd actually like to see the new content soon.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Oh yeah, I found out that in my separate playthrough that I'm kind of doing in the off time, I sent Chris to the other country and then told my daughter she can't go on vacation. It actually works out a lot better if you don't have Chris around.
Oh,
Oh right, I forgot because we didn't have to euthanize Grandma this time. She's actually there.
wait, we had to euthanize Grandma at some point last time? I don't remember that.
Because we sent Susie on vacation, we couldn't afford to keep the grandmother around, so we sent her to a transition center. But because
Oh,
here we're actually well off, we didn't have to euthanize her.
oh wow.
So things are a little better.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's make sure we spend enough so the government doesn't come knocking on our door being like, time to share the wealth.
Boom.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. We definitely. I am waiting for that government bill to screw us. Because we're not on like any high difficulty settings, so I'm able to actually get A pluses during some of these broadcasts. So we're getting generous bonuses, which we don't need too many of them, otherwise the government's gonna find us.
No, we just keep spending to offset the bonuses. That's all it is.
I wish there was an actual like number amount so we could actually try and figure out what we have. Because the very first system had the upgrade system, which you would be spending money to upgrade the studio. Which, saying that out loud makes no sense in reality. Because the studio should be paying for that, not me.
Yeah.
Had any food today?
Oh, you're fired.
What?
You're fired.
What for? Facial sabotage?
Jenny,
Problem?
I want her fired today, now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
What the fuck?
You realise you're beginning to sound like me?
I mean it, Kath.
Right.
Yeah, that
Stay
broke.
where you are, Kath. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
It'll be all right. I'll talk to Buxton.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week. Jenny?
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded
10
me.
seconds,
I thought we were
everybody.
part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy, you know that. Just stop being so
Going in
high and mighty
5,
and do your job.
4,
You'll have me fired too.
3.
Don't tempt me. Good evening. I'm Megan Wolfe.
And I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this
The
country.
World
The
Council,
sanctions, which are broad-ranging,
That's what they're
include
calling it.
restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
I think it's fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned? What's the government doing about it, eh?
Thanks, Patrick. Important stuff.
Controversial Prime Minister Julia Salisbury attempted to assuage growing public concerns with the following official statement released earlier today.
The international sanctions declared against this country today by the World Council remind us that now, more than ever, we need to come together as a team. Since coming to power, we have eradicated poverty, and as a consequence,
Yeah, it's
seen
bullshit.
crime fall to levels previously thought impossible.
Also bullshit.
Our schools, hospitals, and youth clubs are thriving. And
Oh,
our
you mean the Hitler
conservatives
Youth?
have
Yeah,
enabled
your
many
youth clubs are
thousands to
definitely
unburden
doing
their loved
fine.
ones with dignity.
Yeah, we're indoctrinating our
Insane
child.
world we would be held up as
Freak.
a model to emulate. Evidently, this is not that world. The privileged few have lobbied, and now they are striking back. But we will not cower before their tantrums. And we encourage other progressive nations of the world to continue to trade,
Progressive.
visit, and share their cultures
Definitely being
with
very
ours.
progressive.
Do not be afraid.
Yeah.
We have more friends than we can count. We are
Not
a
for
team.
long.
Now more than ever. And this team is on your side. Thank you.
Reassuring stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our refreshingly different government?
Yeah, we
Robin
know.
Shaw
We know
found out.
exactly what we're thinking of here.
I was wondering if you could tell me what you think of the government.
What? That shower of iridescent pricks? Punishing success and rewarding laziness? They're taking this country down the bloody Swanee. And it's not just me that thinks so. My wife Iris, she agrees.
A whole lot of problems. Protests were held
She
today
says
at the
nothing.
controversial construction site for Remington's Fist's physics-defying MOOBS project. Since digging straight through the earth began 6 months ago, the project has been beset by problems, including localized tremors and the heat deaths of many of the workforce.
Residents of the nearby town of Calamity today converged on the construction site with sincere, if misspelled, placards, demanding a suspension of digging until safety checks can be carried out.
Of course, that's half a world away. But what does this country think? Patrick.
What's your opinion of the MOOBS project?
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What's to stop it, right? Dropping out the other end and just falling forever.
Gravity?
No, it don't exist.
Pipers
Yeah,
at the gates
yeah,
of
that
dawn.
guy's a flat earther, I
Commuters in
can
the
tell.
capital this morning found themselves surprised and amused by the latest
Isaac
stunt
Newton
from
has no
popular
idea what he's
property
talking about.
disrupt.
Silent protests were held outside underground stations throughout the capital, bringing a pleasantly surreal quality to the morning commute.
Unless, like me, you have a phobia of mimes.
But how do we, as a country, really feel about Disrupt? Robin?
I like Disrupt.
Yeah,
How
we
do you
really
feel
like
about
it. It's a good
Disrupt?
thing.
Oh, well, now you're talking. Ruddy hero, showing us not to take it lying down like Iris here.
So you both feel they're a cause worth supporting?
They're in different
Iris
locations
doesn't
where
speak
they
of mine,
were
but we're
earlier.
pretty sure there's still one in there, aren't we, love?
I
Wherever
think it might
is,
still be the same
loves
one. I'm not sure.
disrupt,
Yeah,
fighting
I think
the
it's just the
odds for our
time of
freedom.
day
But what
changed,
could possibly be wrong with
like very
that?
quickly.
Do you need me to get you some help?
Injury time? Fierce rival doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensford today sent a
Svorsborg
joint
and
statement to the
Horgensford.
service appealing for an urgent shipment of supplies.
After breaking into two warring factions, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for the ill-fated expedition. They look like they could really use some supplies, Jeremy.
Or possibly a peace negotiator.
But with the pair arguably being their own worst enemies, how should we feel about sending them the resources they need to carry on? Patrick Bannon found out.
How about...
How do you feel about sending supplies?
No fucking way. Let them kill each other. Maybe they'll learn something. Work with my kids.
Oh my goodness.
I am not a number. Applications finally opened today for the new advanced team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow advanced access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal
That's not
identification
true at all.
by all major organisations, including the police,
I mean,
banks,
the thing
and
is,
vitally, pubs and bars.
there are suggestions right now.
And of course, there's no
recommendations
It all seems
that
too
become
good to be
mandatory later.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
I mean, I would describe it as they're voluntary, but
It's the thin end.
if
of
you
the
say
wedge,
no,
isn't it,
then
Iris?
you're gonna get
First
beat up
it's,
by the
"Can I
cops."
see your identification, sir?" And then it's, "Would you mind bending over the table, sir?" So Sergeant State Educated and Constable Regional Accent here can stick their truncheon up your derriere.
Crikey!
They should call them what they are.
Your derriere.
They're bloody ID cards. Oh, for Christ's sake, what is it, Iris?
Oh, I'm really not happy, Algernon! I'm so sorry. Crikey.
And finally tonight, getting stuck in a shameless attempt to cash in on his bad boy status, shamed celebrity Johnny Hamsleeves announced a new line of real ale at a press conference earlier today.
The new brew, entitled Headbutt Ale in reference to his controversies of last year, promises a night you'll pretend you regret.
Or possibly a night you'll pretend you remember.
So what should we all think of Johnny's latest attempt to market his notoriety? Patrick?
Disgusting.
Your thoughts?
Sure.
then?
Yep.
Well,
Later tonight, in a break from our usual responsibilities, Jeremy will be taking popular rapper Jesus to task over his street credibility. And then we'll both be meeting the team behind the new play that's got theatre critics buzzing with anticipation.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
First tonight, let's return to our main story.
With the shine coming off Advance's popularity,
And the honeymoon period pretty much over.
the National Nightly News has spared no expense in bringing you the response to today's sanction.
alright. More what I feel in the editing room. Alright, I have my lunch.
Okay.
Ow.
From across the continent.
Joining us to help digest this shocking development Prime Minister Peter Clement from his home in Lanfordshire.
Good evening, Jeremy.
And from Urkistan, Foreign Minister Ivan Vodovich.
It's a great pleasure.
Urkistan, is that what it's
You
on?
like...
And from Svenland, Minister of Mojo, Björk.
Hey, everybody.
Minister Vodovich, your country pushed especially hard for these sanctions. Any regrets?
My only regret is I was not able to see the face of my old friend Peter Clements when the results of the vote were announced. As you say, he has one up in your bottoms.
In Svenland, we try not to gloat, actually, because it's seen as really ugly and dangerous to some small creatures, yeah?
Oh, don't worry, Minister. Ivan and I go way back. He's a wind-up merchant who can't put for shite.
Pete,
He's just trying to get a rise out of me.
You're like a man who load dissidents onto train to labor camp, not because of love of country, but to make up for the size of his tiny penis.
Been on the vodka, Ivan.
No more than you. I see you on election night with mouth like man thinks he's singing beautiful lullaby. But actually he's squealing like a pig in hands of Randy Big Dick Farmer, eh?
Actually, we Svenlandians, we aren't size obsessed. We value passion, yeah? Like the way we spoke up for Mr. Clements' country at the World Council.
That's all well and good. And high and mighty, but where were you for the actual vote, then? Off fingering each other's fjords?
Actually, that's kind of racist. And if you must know, I've had like a really tiring afternoon and my tongue is very thoughtless.
Prime Minister, with Advance's popularity on the wane...
You don't have to bring that up at every given opportunity, you know.
Peter is like man who think he's sniffing flowers in beautiful glade. But he's actually standing under outflow pipe from shit factory at shit flushing time on day of village festival of shit. I tell him this at 19th hole.
Minister Vodovich believes that left to their own devices, people will behave selfishly.
It's nature of all beasts.
However, in this country, we think our citizens are capable of being more than beasts.
Pathetic ideas.
No, that's a big mistake.
Minister Björk, Svenland has long had radically different traditions and culture from the rest of the world, and yet it peacefully coexists. Why do you think that is?
Well, you know, I think maybe the world sees us as something they can actually spiritually be enlightened to, yeah?
Yeah, or maybe it's the orgy houses.
Sometimes, when foreign dignitaries come to visit us, they're actually quite skeptical, actually. So we take them on a visit to the
Actually.
Why did it repeat?
Donga district and show them what like a progressive enlightened society looks like, yeah.
I got whiplash from that word.
Bull. Svenland is like woman who thinks she make best cake in village hot baking contest. And then when she slices it open, it's just full of piss and cum.
That's just really gross, actually.
Svenland is a teeny tiny country. With population smaller than number of people, Peter Clements is sex with his teeny tiny penis.
It's not all about size, actually.
Yes, that's what Peter Clements always claimed.
I'm talking about population size.
And I'm talking about Peter Clements' teeny tiny...
Oh, fuck off, Ivan!
Oh, Prime Minister, please.
It's so easy to sit on your pile of money and gloat, isn't it, pal? You're a shite leader. A fucking god-awful golfer. And quite frankly, as my old man used to say, you're a bit of a cunt.
Prime Minister, please.
It's you who is cunt.
Minister Vodovich, please.
Your people are fucking starving, pal.
We will see how well fed your people are when the sanctions start to bite. You think you're man like big, scary wolf person terrorizing village, when actually a pathetic goose person searching puddle for tiny dropped-off penis.
Why are you so obsessed about
Like how you don't have to censor
small
penis.
In
Yeah.
Svenland, we believe like the
Oh, I have
size
to
of your
censor
penis
cock,
isn't
though.
as important as the love it contains, yeah.
Oh, fuck off, yeah.
Okay, if everybody could just calm down.
You're so smug on golf course. They're like man who...
And you know, I wish actual like political interviews were like this.
Much
But
more
now you
entertaining.
start to see,
Yeah.
yes, the people never happy. It's never enough.
It's certainly true that Advance's popularity
It's on the fucking wane. Yeah, let's go with this bollocks again, shall we? Actually, you know what? Nah, fuck this. I'm done with this.
Prime Minister, please don't storm out.
No. I have had enough of you, Mr. Jeremy Donaldson, and your snide aside. You think you could make a better job of things, do ya? Because it's
Probably,
not
yeah.
that fucking easy. Let me tell ya. Your channel is a fucking disgrace. You insinuate and edit against us and pick your headlines so people don't trust us. The
Well, I mean,
sooner
that's
you roaring
not
monsters
wrong.
are taken into public ownership, the happier everyone in this country will be.
Well, we've not got long until the adverts, so...
I'm sorry for the outburst, Miss Wolf. Julia thinks very highly of you, and I know you're not the one making the editorial decisions.
Do any of you have anything you wish to add about the sanctions?
Neither's Jeremy.
My work here is done. I like man who happy he lie down
It's
with
just that
fatty, drunk,
Clement doesn't know
easy
who we
girl
are
from
yet.
Village Inn, who discover in morning he wake up next to beautiful news reporter lady.
You know, I think it would be a terrible shame, yeah, if the people of your country were to suffer because of teenage grudges and personal rivalries, yeah.
Thank you. Prime Minister?
This country, this wonderful, civilized, creative, inventive country, we're not scared of these sanctions. There's no wolves at our door, only the best of people striving to help out. So no, Ivan, we're not afraid. In fact, I doubt we'll lose a wink of sleep because we're strong and we're well-resourced. And we don't back down to bullies.
And on that note, we have to wrap up.
Ministers, Prime Minister, thank you for joining us.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Peter, you're so easy. So many buttons to push.
Piss off, Ivan.
Well, I see you at Grange this weekend.
No, I've got meetings. Some tossers impose sanctions on the country.
Well, shit.
I mean, wow.
So that happened? Roaring monsters.
Public ownership?
You two are like a couple who think you are king and queen of village when actually you are just puppets on a string of evil city-hand puppet ladies.
Government censorship should show up in
Yeah.
blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out
I think both been saying something, but getting a lot of static on here. Not 100% sure what he said. Something about not censoring the blue. That's all I got out of
Are
this.
you still meant to bow? Foreign royalty.
What?
Should I just, like, curtsy?
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Meghan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Yo, thanks for having me on your show, man.
Wasn't ready for that.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not going to ask me about the chimp, are you?
Live in 10 seconds.
So he put that get up on himself. I'm just saying.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honor and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah,
Man, that's a
real honor to
subjective
be here
name.
on this show. You know, as a kid on the streets.
Alright. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Alrighty.
I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well,
Well, there are a bunch of lightsabers on camera for.
Well, you know, the past is the past.
Those are
so I don't
lights.
like to dwell on it.
I understand. You
But
obviously-
yeah,
look
man,
like
the streets is all
lightsabers.
I remember, like,
Yeah.
my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I
There's
taught
gonna be a
myself how
musical
to walk.
section in here, isn't there?
Wow, that's
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah,
I
she
just
died,
a
like,
thought
died
crossed in my
tragically.
mind when I realized this is
Right
a
there in
hip
my
hop
arms,
guy.
man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What
Okay.
a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Oh, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course,
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well,
I'm beginning to like this man more.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah. Nah, of course, man. Very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah. I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice?
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of a
Or maybe it's hereditary.
Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh, no. I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So here he is.
You see, it's a man-used censorship system. Yeah, state-of-the-art, as in a man pushing a button when he chooses not to.
You're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Gonna be 4 minutes of this. God, no.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation from your participation. Still 2 leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Juliet require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise of the crest of the wave. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clement's motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job, he's unfit. Right. It's time to stone a
He's actually
motherfucking bitch war.
Yeah.
So this is for the snuff ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration, who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise of the crest of the waves. Cause we're only equal people lyrical when we're motherfucking saves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to stall the puzzle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling bet letters, and burn them on the paras of advances fucking letters. Gonna take his facts, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to stall the puzzle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances little dances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then your anger erupt. Then your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're going to the gulag.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that
Yeah, we didn't fucking do it.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there. Sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
That's the ad.
Just to remind you, fixing that old VCR.
No, it's ridiculous. Who's up and breaking?
This is just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust
leave
me.
it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
Well, the message came through. I think everybody understands it quite clear.
Yeah.
Only censored swear words.
Nourishes from root to
As our
8 times the strength of other brands.
guidelines currently say we have to.
Oh, here we go. Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
Megan, Jeremy, you remember Mr. Algebra?
Vividly.
Oh, they're back.
Oh,
Mr.
God
Harris,
damn it,
and
no.
this is Ms. Radin.
Not another one.
Philippa, please.
We're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order
Wait, isn't
demon.
that the
This
guy
is
from
awfully exciting,
Fourth
isn't
Ward?
it?
Yeah,
Right, okay then.
that is
We're going
the
live in 10
male
seconds.
contestant in the
Opening on
sport,
camera
yes.
Try.
He keeps appearing everywhere.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Radin, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us
National
about the show?
Deficit.
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, yeah, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is,
Yeah, sure.
what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've
Success is subjective.
I knew that I had a
how is it a
career
success?
in theatre. Yeah?
That's
I've
why I
always
said it's
been an
subjective.
admirer of Heavens from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you?
You didn't have to do that first part.
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
Well, if you're working at home, you know, you're no different from the rest.
Sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
It's catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the house!
Okay.
Philippa, what's it been like?
What was that?
Co-starring with Tommy Harris.
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show?
Oh, good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right.
Need to take a
Jeff's
bite out of that
contributions
carrot.
are immeasurable. He was our
And
rock.
that.
Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yeah. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic
Please stop.
fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
And am I right
What?
in saying this
What did I
was
just see?
officially commissioned by the government?
You'll never take the sacred
all
pass.
paid
That's
for by
what,
the
that's what it is.
taxpayer,
That's what
which,
you
you know,
saw.
to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which, frankly, would have been a travesty.
Man.
Oh, God, Jesus!
Goodness, and you do this every night?
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
Huh.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right
Yeah, they are.
Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes.
Yeah, at the expense of, you know,
Well, thank you all
your
so
taxes.
much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt, you'll have taken our
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing
Tommy
the
looks
world's
a
most
little
attractive horse.
messed up.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
I know he's
And for
probably
one
high
last
and or drunk.
Have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh.
Oh,
We gave him a
Pass
note.
him something?
Yeah, he passed him something, all right. I saw that.
That's concerning.
I mean, we know where this is heading, so.
We know where it's heading, but
I don't know what that little thing did there. A generous bonus.
uh-oh.
Oh, gotta spend money. Gotta spend our money right now.
To find ways to spend money. I think think I'd be a bit disruptive to the system.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Man, I'm guessing that pun really flew over your head there.
I hate you.
Is Disrupt even like an actual group at this point, or is it just a scattered group of people?
I don't know.
Because we've seen some of their tags, and I just got a thing saying that our affiliation with them went up while Advance went down. Because, you know, Advance isn't really advancing the story. Oh god. What is going on?
Sure, the Go-Getters? Oh god. That's not good.
I want to pretend to be happy for him, but
I can't. You can't. No, you can't. Like, no, he's been indoctrinated. He's gonna do to us what happened to that one guy in 1984, where the kid fucking sells out his father.
I'll put the kid down before that happens. Well, I guess we know where we can start spending money now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's bad. Uh-oh. I remember this.
CCO.
It's the thought police. They're not required, but I strongly recommend you get one so I don't have to put you in the gulag.
It's not something I really need right now. Strongly recommend you do so when soon
you aren't hiding anything now, are you, citizen?
No, people in my attic.
Fucking freak.
Can't tell the government I have money.
This is why you need to make all your accounts offshore so they can't take it from you. Huh?
You see, we've gone to the Gallia last time, and we've already skipped one more weekend.
Yeah, we can't. That's like grounds for like you're fired. You can't really do that. Because remember, Bozeman did pay for like that one thing involving, you know, Granny. So.
Well, it paid for us in the hospital. We're paying out of pocket for Granny.
Yeah. Oh God.
Military-looking personnel.
Cone me.
Wait.
Corporate. Oh.
I actually get to be in the.
Oh. Yo. We're the 1%, dude.
Yeah.
We did it. Wow. The government's gonna fucking kill everyone here.
Man. You're actually presented with an award for Best Newcomer to the Channel 1 family.
Oh, wow.
That's some bullshit.
Dude, we're gonna get assassinated by Peter Clement.
Advance for sponsoring. Thanking Peter Clement. Take the stage. As well as Bozeman, Megan, and some other well-to-do types that you don't recognize. If you'd like to say a few words. Do I make the joke or do I just praise Advance?
Whoa, you know.
I want to make the joke.
Yeah. Oh God.
Into polite laughter. Neither of the Prime Minister's crack so much as a smile, nor does Bozeman.
Yeah, knew this was. We're going to the gulag from that. We're gonna die. we got someone killed. We're going to die. Now is the time to ditch.
Getting out of here now.
Yep, you took your award, made the ill-advised joke, and now it's time to leave.
That was greatest move yet. Because here's the thing, I don't want to praise Advance at all.
Listen,
Advance
I know that,
fuck
but I feel like that we probably shouldn't have done that, because now we're on the radar.
All I did was make a joke about a man fleeing the country and knowing who exactly he is.
Yeah, you know, that ain't... But see, now they know your face.
You know what, you're right.
Yeah, you're no longer the faceless man. Like they know your face. They probably know what department you're working in. They probably know you're the man doing the thing.
Well, they probably don't know who Dave is, though. Unless Megan tells them. In which case we're screwed.
I mean, Dave's already gonna die anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's the person whose job we took. So if she mentions that she knows who he is, she's gonna tell them where he worked. And now where I work. Ah, the heat wave.
Oh God, yeah, you're gonna need to turn that fan on.
Heating up excessively due to the current heat wave. When they get too hot, the trip switch will blow, as you've seen. Once things have cooled down and the trip switch is back to normal, you can get the power back on. You should keep the fan pointed at the correct valve by aiming it up and down. The middle gauge when you're facing the screens will warn you, so keep an eye on it. Also, maintenance tells me that the fan switch occasionally turns off for no good reason, so keep it.
Yeah, I feel like this is the day where it happens.
What, you got someone to hose down the sun, have you?
Yes, they've just strapped on their wax wings.
Classical illusions are no substitute for air conditioning.
You know, I genuinely thought you'd be in a better mood today. She's not even here.
Yes, but he is. Our gun-toting handler.
Who, Andy?
I don't know what the fuck his name is, do I?
He's here to keep us safe from people like Disrupt.
More like keep us in line. I hate guns. Give me the willies.
10 seconds, everybody.
So, we've got any actual real news tonight?
Well, the world's on fire. That good enough for you? Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Siege mentality. The World Council today established a military blockade to enforce the unjust and punitive sanctions now entering their 10th week. In a statement from team headquarters
It's the exact
a short time
same
ago,
thing.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury
Yeah, I wonder if Jeremy had
issued
something to do with that.
a commanding response to this unprovoked escalation.
The regrettable decision taken by the World Council this morning have left the citizens of this country isolated and fearful. But Advance have prepared for this day. Our stockpiles are large, our wealth is unfathomable, and we will defend our citizens with every last breath from this latest brutal and calculated act of war. We are with you, one team, indivisible and strong. Thank you.
That's a lie. You'll sell us out into this for a
Ailing
second.
business. Wannabe beer magnate Johnny Hansleeves seems to have fallen on hard times as his brewery venture folds. It seems Johnny wasn't cut out for the brewing business, as poor sales forced him to close his doors. And if this exclusive
Neither
image
of
is
those
anything to
look
go
good
by,
for him.
he hasn't been handling it well. Pictured
Insulting
here
people.
on day 4 of his nationwide tour, where he's vowing to deck the doubters, the failed entrepreneur is making his way from pub to pub, thumping anyone who dares call his brew too hoppy. In it to win it. Exciting news from Advance today with the announcement of a new monthly prize draw for all team membership card holders. Every month, lucky winners from across the country will be picked at random to receive what Team HQ are describing as unique prizes worth more than money used to be. Take-up on the scheme has been much higher than expected, and if this lucky winner's delighted face is anything to go by, it looks like pretty soon everyone's going to have one. Glory Hole? Due to the overwhelming public disapproval of their controversial moves, Remington's Fist announced that excavations are to be discontinued and the unfinished tunnel repurposed. Speaking from her divorce lawyer's parking lot, pitiful CEO Sophia Remington admitted the attempt to dig through the earth was short-sighted and ambitious, and unveiled the future of the abandoned hole.
Yeah.
Sophia hailed the planned underground amusement park as a visionary design. According to a spokesman, it's just like a regular theme park, but damper and more susceptible to cave-ins. Restraint in the taint. Pictures have emerged from Dante's taint, purporting to show the fighting physicist's reaction to the axing of plans to send supplies. The group, who lost public support after devolving into all-out war, were told they would not receive any more help from above ground. But this exclusive picture shows the scientist's current state of mind. Mired in problems since the start, this final complete and total abandonment seems to be the last straw for the savage scholars. Something tells me they're not discussing particle physics. Life during wartime. As if we didn't have enough aggressors on our borders, internal problems are growing for the government as radical activist group Disrupt caused chaos in Parliament Park last night. Scuffles broke out after the protest, resulting in multiple arrests and the injury of 3 community cohesion officers. Advance have yet to comment. The reckless fire will certainly be remembered by all those who have seen these striking images. As their
So when you
actions
have to
escalate,
give the
people
fucking
across the
police
country are
force a
asking themselves,
fancy title
who
like
are Disrupt,
community
and what
cohesion
exactly do they
operatives,
want?
like,
Other than
or
a new box of
officers,
matches, of course.
you know you're the bad
All this,
guy.
And I'll be talking to
Yeah.
some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News. First tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched to every corner of the country to see how the people of this great nation of ours are coping with this unprecedented hot weather. First, let's go to Megan Wolf in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely glorious, Jeremy. Thank you for asking. I'm here with Dr. Anna Burns of the University of Princeford. Are you enjoying the weather as much as I am?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? My eyelids are sweating.
And you're part of a team carrying out a study into just what's causing this unbelievable heat, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we want to be able to reassure the public once and for all that there's absolutely nothing to worry about and that they can enjoy their sunstroke and fossil fuels in peace.
You sound very confident about that.
Oh, very much so. I can say without any hesitation, there's really no cause for any concern here. I've actually left my car running.
So tell us about this
That's probably
experiment.
not good, lady.
Well, we take data from weather stations from all over the world, along with atmospheric samples, and we take all that and we feed it into this state-of-the-art computer, and very soon we'll be getting a high-tech readout of the results.
Blimey, that sounds very fancy.
I should just say, none of this would be possible without the generous support of Remington's Fist. This is all thanks to their unrivaled investment.
How is that lady able to have
feature,
money
may I just
still?
say, complimentary personal anecdotes.
Because she's getting money from a
Here we
sponsor.
go.
Also, she's got all that sponsorship from a note on her arm.
As expected, everything is absolutely fucked. Hang on. This can't be right.
Right, but obviously you said a second ago that everything is absolutely fine, so...
Well, actually, under concern level, it just says, why, God, why?
We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
There we are. We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
You look thirsty.
What?
Here it just says, shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. You can't go around looking like that.
Shit,
there you go,
shit,
much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington for providing all of this.
Everyone, we don't have long. Time is running out.
It's running out. Absolutely right. That is all we have time for.
Abandon hope and return to the forest.
There you are. Enjoy that. I'd like to thank Dr. Burns for just one opinion on the climate.
The sea will reclaim us all.
There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine. I'm Megan Wolf, here with science. Back to you.
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next, it's over to Robin Short, who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership lottery. Robin?
Thanks, Jeremy. I'm here in Scritchford with Gary Failsafe, a janitor at the local school, and Amelia Jackhammer, an aspiring poet. Both of you were drawn at random from those who hold team membership cards to receive this week's amazing prize. How do you feel?
Filled with fervent euphoria.
Yeah, good, yeah.
And all that we had to do was fill in a quick form or two.
Wow, that sounds so convenient. But
Yeah,
we're all
so
dying
convenient.
to know, what have you won?
That's right, Robin. I've won dinner with Julia Salisbury at one of the capital's top restaurants.
Ooh, swanky.
Stop overheating.
I've been invited to Peter Clement's house to help him dredge the gutter in.
That's
What does that
absolutely
mean?
terrific. You must both be over the moon.
Dredge the guttering? What?
So, can you tell me about the moment when you first heard the news?
Well, I was battling against a particularly difficult floater, probably one of the sixth formers, when the headmaster came and found me.
I was involved in a similarly brutal conflict with a particularly arduous stanza.
So you were both polishing turds?
No, I don't like to polish them. I like to keep them intact for my collection.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
how unexpected.
I don't polish turds. I write poetry.
Potato, potato. So, Gary...
Do you think Peter Clement's going to let me keep the contents of his downpipe?
There's no harm in asking, I suppose.
Wait, so he's literally cleaning
no,
up
thank you.
Peter Clement's
Gary,
fucking
when you signed up for
pipes
team
and
membership,
gutters.
was it in hopes of winning the lottery, or were there other reasons?
I like to flutter, of course, but no, the boss said I had to sign up to keep coming into school.
Very sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Wait.
And he's gonna go to the...
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming.
What?
It's inspiration, and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show, there's no news. Just a man who keeps multiple
How did this country
clues.
manage to get nuclear weapons?
This big one's my favourite. See how it's fibre?
From the old
really
government.
lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
If it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky pair they are. And finally in this segment, it's over
yeah.
to Patrick Bannon.
I think I
He's
know
gone
where
to
we're going
the
next.
smelliest town in the country to see how the unprecedented weather is affecting the locals. Patrick?
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Grizzleford, which has recently voted the smelliest town in the country. And I have to say that, you know, in this heat, the smell really is. I mean, it's something else. Barry Lardons, mate, you've lived here your whole life. How'd you put up with the stink?
Well, we're just all very proud of our achievement, to be honest with you. You can tell that, look at him, proud as punch. Do you know what it's like, son, being the second smelliest town? No, I don't. Living in the shadow of Arseminster. I smoke fucks.
That's
Who's
probably a real
laughing
town
now,
name.
Eh?
Say what, not me, that's for sure. So what happened, mate?
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs and growth. But as soon as we heard about the stink,
I thought I said to stop turning off. Oh god, this thing's actually heating up.
Does the stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the fume valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one is asking stupid questions. Then folk experience a loss of inhibition.
Fuck off, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
Next recording is a period of randomly bursting into song, followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Oh, that's not really a problem, little song of my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Bannon, and he's wearing sexy shorts now. Oh my God, look at me. I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous, why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off. You know what? I'll even let you touch me if you want.
That will be the bout of undeserved self-confidence.
Love the Bannon, feel the Bannon.
Feel the banner.
Oh man, what's the point?
And
depression.
the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nana Dottie? Is that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
Oh, don't worry, folks. Once he wakes up, he'll be just fine. We'll just find a place to stick him where it won't matter how many times he evacuates his bowels. Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm
To your
Barry
left.
Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Barry. With a naval blockade being set up around our coastline as we speak, when we come back, I'll be talking to 3 members of the general public who appear to be here purely for medical reasons. Don't go away. Unless, of course, you've got something better to do. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Section features a potentially controversial guest.
Oh, that was stupid, even for you.
I don't...
Off topic. You've done a great job so far keeping everyone happy, so let's keep up the good
I
work.
don't care.
You know where to put that one.
I am done. It's 200 fucking degrees in here, and I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
How did he get...
My mic is still...
I don't fucking know.
That wasn't there before. That means somebody came in behind us and we didn't see them.
I don't know, maybe Jeremy sent someone in here to put that in there.
You think I'm gonna drop them even further? We got rubber rings for pets. We got rubber rings for you.
I wonder what his stocks are like.
They must be great.
Yeah, because he keeps showing his ads. But we did invest into him, so we better get some of those returns at some point.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've been getting returns.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, that would explain, you know, getting involved in the 1% party.
Christ, it's so fucking hot.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
I can't do this anymore, Jenny. I've had enough. That's it. This is just
10 seconds. Get over yourself, Jeremy. Why don't you stop feeling sorry for yourself for 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, your host, Jeremy Donaldson. Later, we'll be talking to the captain of the territory's first cat football team, Professor Pumpkin. But first, I'm joined by 3 guests with some balmy bodily behaviours. Joining me is a woman who's been hiccuping for over 9 months. Isn't that right, Miss Piercy?
Yes, no.
That's right. Yes. Tell us, what brought all this on?
Well, it's all a bit of a blur, Jeremy, to be totally frank with you. So I was watching your show.
Yeah, I can see how this is what drove him into insanity.
It hasn't stopped since.
Fascinating stuff. Also here is Frankie Steampipe. Perhaps you could explain to us exactly what your physiological foreboil is.
I'm here to say it's high time people like me were respected. We're constantly overlooked in the workplace, we're whispered about on buses, and we're asked politely to leave children's birthday parties. And it's disgusting. I'm sorry, my bowels have comic timing.
And finally, I'm joined by a man who answers every question honestly, even when it isn't aimed at him. How do you cope with that, Mr. Truman?
With a combination of booze, self-hatred, and hardcore pornography.
Is that right?
Not according to my therapist.
Brutal honesty.
Well, in that case, let's speak to Rose. Tell me, how does the hiccuping impact you?
I get shushed a lot, which is hard. At work, they've asked me to stop answering the phones. It's really affected my confidence.
Well, I find it really fucking irritating.
Do people tend to believe your story?
Fuck no.
Actually, I've been surprised at how much support I've received.
And Frankie, why have you come here today?
Because my wife left me, and I was hoping that the fame would win her back.
We've started a group for people with ailments deemed broadly comical by society. It's called Take Us Seriously.
That's right. And we bloody well mean it.
And who's joined so far?
A bunch of fucking losers.
It's just us so far.
And how much success have you had?
Well, we've seen some real positive changes.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's been a runaway success.
Shit all. Not a single person come to our fun run, and all of our leaflets fell in the canal.
Huh. Well, Miss Piercy, some people are saying your condition was actually caused by the shocking events of that night. What do you think?
Come down, Mr. Donaldson. That's absolute rubbish.
What it'd be like to have a pair of tits.
Could you? I'm sorry, it's very hot. What was I thinking?
That you're a team fuck puppet?
No.
Or a sellout cunt?
Apologies. Just a reminder that he can't help it. And hey, if this isn't live television, then what is it?
A fuckfest of propaganda masquerading as journalism.
Right, Frankie, Rose, tell us, how can the viewers get involved with your cause?
Yes, we're holding a sponsored run in Capital Park next weekend. It's called the No Smiles 13 Miles.
No, it's called the No Laugh Half. What did I say before the show?
That it was the team pulling Jeremy Donaldson's strings.
No, I didn't say.
Well, we may have to end that there, unfortunately. What a harmless bit of fun.
Steady on! This is exactly what I'm talking about. We demand respect.
Yes, well, later, I'll be talking to Professor Pumpkin. A ginger tabby with a world-class pair of penalty paws. Is that really necessary?
No, it isn't. Let go. Not you.
Unhand him at once.
Enough! That's enough! Enough!
What are you doing?
And there it is.
Alex, cut.
Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare cut to the ads before I tell you to. Now, you in the broadcast
click,
centre.
Click.
spokesman's little scapegoat. You listen to me.
Wait, scapegoat?
You catch the ads before I tell you to, and I will kill every single person in this studio. I am thinking about what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it for a long time. We all should be. Christ, it's so fucking hot in here. Do you remember when we used to do the real news? Before it was all lottery winners and bloody cat football? We are on the brinks of a siege, the likes of which the world hasn't seen in hundreds of years. The enemy is at the gates, and I'm stuck here talking to these three fucking idiots.
I think my hiccups have stopped.
You three, get the fuck out of my studio. Go on, now, go, before I change my mind. Jenny, lock the doors. Lock the doors.
Yes, Jeremy.
Now. Good. Yes. Now. Right then. You in the broadcast centre. Alex, you listen to me. You pay attention. Now, I'm sure you've already loaded up exactly what you're going to play in the commercial, but today's going to be a little bit different. Look to your right.
We already did that. We already did that.
To your right, there is a VHS tape, and I want you to load
we already did it. Don't worry, buddy. We got the plan. We understood the plan. We knew exactly what was going to happen.
You've got about 15 seconds, so I wouldn't waste any time. Now, all cameras, all of you, on me.
No, we will. No, we do.
You do not call Jeremy Donaldson a terrorist.
He's not a terrorist.
Is either one-sided or banal. We're going to show the other side for a bit. For a bit of fucking balance, like the good old days. Alex, play the fucking tape.
We did, yeah, we did. We got it, buddy. We did it.
Any of you. But if I see anything I don't like, I will not hesitate to start. By killing this man.
Let's hope you made the right call.
Reset the system
Well, we
for the
did.
third segment. I imagine the ratings are going to be through the roof.
We are the resistance. It's time you knew the truth. You know Advance are lying to you.
Yes.
You know the elderly are not a burden.
True.
You know the rich are not all evil.
Yes, definitely.
And you know the team membership card.
Yeah, I just have to look really hard sometimes.
No matter what they try to tell you. But why should you trust us?
Because you're a scary
Another
hooded fan.
faceless organization.
Yeah.
A shadowy figure with a distorted voice.
Yes, that's exactly why I like you.
You've seen it so many times in the movies.
Yeah.
Well, this is not a movie.
It's
Alan James.
My name is Alan James. I used to try and shock people for a living, for entertainment. But now we live in a time where perhaps you need to be shocked. Perhaps we need to wake up. Advance are coming for our freedoms. They are coming for the fruits of our labors. They will take our wealth. They will euthanize our parents and smiling throughout. They will turn our children against us if we voice our concerns.
Yeah,
yep, like our son.
But you don't have to accept it. A great many people already won't. You can resist. You can disrupt. Find us. Talk with us. Join us. It isn't hard. We're everywhere.
This wasn't what I planned. I mean, some of it was. I had a speech, look. But this was unexpected.
So what now, Jeremy?
It was supposed to be your day off.
God, please, don't do any more stupid things today.
How long? How long, Jenny?
You're already live.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Joining me, unexpectedly, for what I very much imagine will be my last broadcast, are two new guests. Jenny works here at the National Nightly News and is someone I consider, well, a friend. And next to her is, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy's a policeman. Only we
Good
don't
old
call him that
Andy.
anymore. He's a community cohesion official.
Yeah, we don't call him fucking.
It's community cohesion officer, CCO.
And how's that feel, Andy? Being rebranded?
It's good. it's not about confrontation anymore. You know, the force had its fair share of problems. The The team doesn't have as many.
But it still has some.
I couldn't say.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Christ, you're fucking useless, aren't you? We'll come back to you later. Jenny?
I don't want to be on the news, Jeremy.
A little late for that.
That's perfectly understandable. Who'd want to do this? Jenny, why did you join the National Nightly News team?
I always wanted to work in news.
Yes, but why specifically
I don't know
this
why
one?
anyone would,
The
to be honest.
National Nightly News.
It was the news everyone trusted.
Was?
Is. Do you really want to quibble semantics at gunpoint?
Is there something else you'd rather discuss?
Well, there is a great big Alan James-sized elephant in the room you seem to be ignoring.
What do you mean?
I saw your face when that hood came down. You didn't know, did you?
It's about the message, not the messenger.
Like I said, you didn't know.
No, I didn't know. The people I met were with, he wasn't there.
God,
I didn't know it was Alan James.
I'm sorry, but seriously, Alan fucking James. You're flushing your life down the toilet for... God, I love you, Jeremy, but...
He's a good speaker. He's popular in the country.
That right?
Look, forget Alan James. There is still something deeply wrong. And you know it, Jenny. And you know it, Andy. And you at home, you know it too. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing a guest who stinks of shit. Patrick is paddling about in shit. And Robin is literally interviewing someone who collects the fucking stuff. I mean, it's not sophisticated, but what a metaphor. We are sleepwalking our way into oppression, and the news isn't saying anything. We're not saying anything.
Says who? Alan fucking James.
What are all those
You need to
scientists
stop
working
swearing
on
on
at
the
Grenfell
news.
Downs? What are they testing underground at Altergrave? Andy, your turn. Make yourself fucking useful. How many people have you brought in for consultations just because they weren't carrying or didn't have team membership cards?
Oh, well, there's other forms of identification that we will accept.
For how long?
We're just here to help.
Then why do you need these? Not really help when it's offered at gunpoint, is it, Andy? Let me demonstrate it for you. Let me help you. You eat these cards with my notes on it, and you'll probably digest a fact. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it, Andy? Knowing a fact?
What? I don't understand.
Do you want my help,
Yes,
Andy?
yes, whatever you say, yes.
Security are here, Jeremy.
Eat it.
What?
Eat the fucking news, Andy, or I'll force it down your fucking throat.
Jeremy, stop.
Go on.
Really?
Eat it. Eat it, you fucking bully.
Jeremy, stop. They will kill you. Please, don't.
They're already going to kill him.
He's a dead man either way. The government wanted us to censor the part where it mentioned they'd kill him.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They don't want us to know that
Sorry,
he'll be
everyone.
dead.
You can put the card down now, Andy. You can go now. You too, Jenny. Fuck off over there. We're nearly done. All cameras on me. This new regime of ours is so seductive. I understand that. But before we all hand off our freedoms, should we ask to whom we're handing them over? Don't you want to know what's being done in your name? How many people were transitioned last month? A record high. Again.
Our censor button keeps lighting up for no reason.
Shouldn't someone
Yeah.
We're supposed to be doing something
how
like
they
that.
plan to deal
Yeah,
with this
I think it's a glitch in the system.
years or months
Yeah.
of supplies
I
we
think the
have?
system's just a bit screwed up.
Why aren't we asking
Yeah.
these questions instead of whose shit is this? There's a cat backstage dressed as a fucking goalie, for Christ's sake. He's even got the little gloves.
It's got the gloves. That's amazing.
That's adorable. That's fucking adorable.
That's why I arranged for you all to see that broadcast in the last break. I didn't know it was going to be him, but I guess that just about sums it up. We are all up Ship Creek with a paddle made of Alan fucking James. Christ, it's all so fucking pointless. I was gonna quit tonight. Take a holiday. Try something else. Out of the limelight. Maybe try having a relationship. I hear they're nice. Never tried it. I loved the news. And now, well...
God, Jeremy, don't!
I've tried my best to be honest with you, but this just isn't the news anymore. And I'm sorry. I've lost the spot.
No, we're not cutting it. No, the world's got to see.
Please, we can't show this. Cut to the ads.
Nah.
My name's Jeremy Donaldson.
Do it now!
Nah, I refuse.
If you can, somehow. And I envy you if you can. Have a peaceful night.
Jeremy!
Ooh.
Suck it, Remington's fist.
Sophia Remington.
Perfect ad to put that
But
after.
fortunately for all you young men out
That's
there,
gonna hurt her.
I've got something even better to occupy your evenings. I'm talking, of course, about the sexy new RS-85 Wow Box.
Remington's fist. Remington's fist.
I'm bored, Brad.
Me too, Chad.
I wish I could go down to the arcade and shoot a few rounds of space refugees.
Me too, Chad. But we spent all our cash there last night. I won't have any more until the weekend.
Well, let's go take hard drugs, mug an elderly, or spit in a bum then, Brad. There's no other options.
Only video games.
I'm not gonna watch the rest of that.
Yeah, like we gotta move on.
Why am I receiving another bonus?
I don't know why. We need to spend that money right now, though.
Why did Remington's fist get an up in shares?
Yeah, why did that go up? Like, I feel like that should have like been a market crash for her stocks, honestly.
But you know Neil's up there.
Of course, yeah. Nothing get past Neil.
Nothing can bring Neil down. In a paradise, it's awfully nice if you don't think twice.
Yeah, you probably have that stuck in your head whenever you try to sleep now. We've fucking gone through this so many times.
I mean, the thing is, I just wish they changed up the songs in the loading screen every once in a while.
You know, your son's gonna fucking report you.
Charlie's the one that blames me for that. No one can criticize you for what you did.
And no one except for Peter Clement. Who will be definitely on his way here now that he does still know your face, by the way.
We never agree on anything. Even I didn't think he'd do something this stupid. Really?
Man, you know, people are just fucking stupid. Can't really get around that.
A questionable choice.
It wasn't questionable at all. We did the right thing. Go fuck yourself.
I wish we could actually just give some of this money to Chris, just so that
wish
we
we
like, even ourselves out.
Oh yeah, it's like, you know, yeah, just like as an apology, like, here, we'll take some of the money we're earning, so you'll shut up. Hold on. I'm sorry. What? She's gonna fucking put down Grandma. Oh no. She's gonna put down Grandma in the transition center.
I'm against everything the government's doing, and the fact that my family just flies along with it.
Yeah, because they're fucking cattle. To be honest, I would have taken the money I've earned and just left the country and left them behind, honestly. They're not worth the trouble.
Well, the thing is, I can pay for it.
Yeah, you can at this point. You can pay to leave. You have the money. You can leave at any time. But
it's
you
also
won't.
the burden thing that's here. It's like, it's getting expensive. There's so little we can't afford. We can do it. We can pay for it. No, we're not sending her to a transition center.
You know, in regards to this, like, how old, like, we don't know exactly how old she is. That's one thing. I need to know an exact age before I can determine. Because if she's, like, in her, like, late 80s and not, or, like, 90s, and I feel like, you know, I understand wanting it to, you know, you've lived a good life at that point.
We're going with the thing because that put us back in the yellow. That's good.
Yeah, because now, now the government won't fucking take our money. What Charlie gets it? Listen,
Charlie can go fuck himself.
Yeah, fuck Charlie. He's
being a little annoying.
Yeah, listen, the kids are disappointments. They're government cattle. Who cares?
And plus, Crazy Neil's always got our back, so
Yeah,
we can always
got
rely
Crazy
on Crazy
Neil.
Neil.
Yeah, Crazy Neil is always like, we invested properly.
Finally, that section.
It's Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just
It's not.
It's not. It never is.
disrupt, so attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast. So keep
We'll let it happen.
interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's
They took my hand.
now more than ever.
Because it's no longer a heat wave.
Try and fashion a nutritious meal out of a
Fuck
can
that.
of condensed milk, a cow's tongue, and some rhubarb. Not one to
So,
miss.
Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light. Well, what does that mean? It means to do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war or politics in general, really.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
That's the censor
didn't hear this
button.
from me.
Now we have this scary stuff.
Apparently, there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know?
How are you?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
10 seconds, everybody.
Rumpled old sod.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of Heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World
that
Council's
series.
illegal blockade.
Yeah.
Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions
Now I
into
want
the
to pick the
disputed
one
zone
that
is
makes the
certainly
soldiers look
keeping the
badass.
enemy on
We
high
can't
alert.
support the government.
Unable to
Yeah,
work
we
out
can't.
where or when
It's
the
like
next
it's a
strike will
shame, but we
Sadly,
gotta
however,
like
more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will tragically only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food program moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time, and the government's agricultural coordination strategy has seen shelves restocked with increasing regularity. However, with a reported rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade,
Charlie's going
critics
hungry
have
tonight.
questioned
You know,
whether
that's
those
not
small
entirely a bad
communities
thing.
which are only now starting to receive help
We just
could
give
have
them
been
a
better and quicker
small
served.
portion of our
7
ration.
days to die. The recent decision to
Ooh.
allow those with
That's another
long-term health
game.
conditions to access transition centres has today been
Are
declared
they doing
an
that on
overwhelming
purpose?
success.
Maybe.
Previously available only to those in their final years, the
I won't say
expansion
that
of
one's
the
a good
service
game,
has
though.
been
That's
met
the
with
one game I
relief by the
refuse
many
to. It's the
organisations
one game
calling
I
for it to
refuse.
be opened up to the wider community. With dwindling medical supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a teen membership card. A worrying
I'm gonna go on
statistic
Steam
given
and check
that the
and see if
cards
it's a
are
game
a
called
legal
Populace.
requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can
Apparently
expect
it's
a few tricky
it's the
questions from
Lunar New
advance.
Year sales happening
Street
right now.
Fighting Man. Spokesman Alan James today announced that Disrupt were responsible for the 2 explosions which rocked the capital's warehouse district last night. Julia Salisbury condemned the attack on what she described as vital medical supplies as pointless and barbaric.
They look like
Mr.
action
James
heroes.
commented, Disrupt are strong and our numbers are growing. Advance fear us, and they should, because we're holding the line for freedom. And finally, absent friends. Sad news today as the grave of former National Nightly News host Jeremy Donaldson is vandalised by radical Disrupt activists. The much-loved broadcaster suffered a very tragic public breakdown 10 weeks ago in an incident which ultimately cost him his life. Disrupt spokesman
only
Alan James,
1985 in
whose
this game.
organisation last week named Mr. Donaldson as the cause's first martyr, described the graffiti as a fitting tribute to a hero of the resistance. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lanfordshire. That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Gotta say, this new screen, really fitting.
Yeah, shame it's probably the only time we're gonna see it.
Yeah.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature that's sure to keep you coming back for more. But first
What
tonight,
name did she say?
let's check in
Little
with
C.
Prime Minister Peter Clement,
Lil
who's speaking to
C.
us from his home in Lanfordshire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined a gym or anything. As my old mum used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister.
What does that even mean?
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this new you? Can you tell us what brought about this?
Last night, freedom fight.
You know, the night the blockade began. When
Yeah.
Jeremy Donaldson.
Yeah.
Well, you know. And it was blistering
We're
hot, as I'm
described as
sure you
terrorism,
all remember.
but our intent was
and
not to
I was a
provoke
bit
fear,
wheezy
but thought.
from all the cigars and all
No one was
that.
killed in the
And
operation,
Mrs.
which
C
destroyed
turns
both
to
the
me after,
warehouse.
You know,
Some of that disrupt propaganda out. Try not to do that, Alex. We're watching you.
Drugs.
Care about that?
Yeah, yeah. You think we give it to you?
Drugs used to kill our elderly
So
and
I
now
made a
are sick as
decision.
well.
And since that day,
We know
I
that this
have
extermination
stopped
cannot be easily
smoking
stopped.
cigars.
But perhaps it can be
Except for
slowed.
Christmas.
Or if you'll forgive me, disrupted.
Weddings.
Farmerside are owned
State
by
dinners.
Advance.
I swear to say,
Then again,
I
as
can't
in
as
everything
useless
these days,
Rudy Backwards
Advance
done
make the glossy TV adverts that
Yeah, this is better than fucking actual news right now, I'll be honest.
And that should
Yeah.
finish me off for
Government
bloody
should
good.
have that much power.
That's some
Did you make
old
the
ass
decision
man
to
just
holiday
going
within the country this
spewing
winter into the
nonsense.
blockade, Prime
Not
Minister?
even you.
Well, Mrs.
The freedom
C
to
has
die
never
is in
liked
me.
travelling at the best
What the
of
hell?
The
times.
only freedom worth fighting for
These
is
are
the freedom
certainly
to
not
live
the best
without
of times.
fear.
On that we can
In the
all
way you
agree.
choose.
There's a lot of red
More
tape
and more of
involved
you
in
are
leaving the
joining
territory
Disrupt
at
every
the
day.
moment, as I'm sure you're
And
all
with
aware.
1,000 tiny acts of resistance, we are stepping closer to the inevitable fall of Advance. Today it is a warehouse.
Oh yeah.
One day soon,
Also,
it will be the whole
it
system.
doesn't seem very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
There you go.
There we go.
Did you know about this, Gail?
It's happening again.
You should know that. What did you know?
Donaldson took control of the national nightly newsroom. He tried to warn us all about the now abandoned top-secret military lab at Grantham Downs. We may never know exactly what was being done there, but Jeremy Donaldson made us look. And this is just one of the reasons he is considered Disrupt's first martyr. And you know what? I think there's every chance he'd hate that. I only met him a few times in a professional context, and usually he exposed me for the grandstanding fool I was back then, but for some reason, I always enjoyed it. I liked him. I liked his wit, his jagged edges, and most of all, I liked his total dedication to the truth. He died for that truth, died as an individual, for freedom. And by adorning his resting place with our colours and our emblem, we will help to keep both him and his spirit of relentlessness alive. That's well, Jeremy. You will not be forgotten.
You're a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what? You get more like him every day.
I will take that as a compliment. Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader Julia Salisbury is going to give a national address from team headquarters.
Oh, right.
Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
I mean, I forgot you actually have a job to do.
Well,
I was still paying attention to the interference.
Sorry, you imagine?
No, what I mean is...
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
Well, I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorize each other's bloody diaries either. As my old mum used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards. What else? A little piece of my life you want to rustle through? Get out. Refill my last. Ah, come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. Do you think the C stands for...
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, actually, that does make more sense, actually.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing. Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the Culture Spot with Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that. We'll be back after this.
1 minute back, everybody.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot less Little C.
I don't think anyone's supposed to know. When you mentioned Rosen's face turned a colour,
Well,
I think you call embolism.
We can boo her off stage.
You're like the daughter
We
you
have
never
that
had.
power now.
suppose the higher-ups might fire him, though.
Who's Lil C?
Or if there's any justice, me.
Who's Lil C?
Are you winding me up?
What? I'm civilized. I read books.
Oh, we're not gonna be getting that bonus tonight.
Reading books doesn't equal fucking civilized anymore, ladies.
You'll no doubt have spotted the updated mixing desk. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
I mean, I already kind of know how this works. I hit the down thumb arrow because it's upside down. It's supposed to be a thumbs up, but it's upside down at the moment, so that's what we're going to be hitting.
Yeah, of course.
That crazy nut who installed this. Oh, that rascal.
What a jokester that man is.
I've never heard of her before.
She's big, really big.
Seems good. Hang on, Colin, you've got three.
Yeah, about 7, I think.
What?
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album.
I feel like you lose
smashing the
points
chart
if you do
records
that, though.
At the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C.
Alex, the applause, that's completely unsuitable.
The only one who's mad at me is Bozeman, but he kind of deserves it.
May I just
I just don't want you to like ruin the ratings, alright?
Babe, I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
My manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that?
Hold on. What did she say?
So weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like
That's her first
annoying
album.
little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow.
I have a feeling I know what the contents of that are.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you
Billy Bob Jean Shorts. Love that
There's
guy.
nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Aliens told him to hate women.
So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing, like, nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So, what's the album about?
So I thought it was about, like, how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about, like, promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He says insecurity
You're starting to get me fired up here. I'm getting a little antsy at that.
All this.
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what
I heard
say.
monetizing
I
youth
do
and
my
I
dancing
started,
and then this
ooh.
part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In My A Together, and it's Put It In My A Together.
What the fuck?
My friend let her 13-year-old son join the Go-Getters. He's occupied now.
Oh, so, our wife fucked up and let him do that too.
His room's never been tidier. But he keeps notebooks he won't let her read. And sometimes she catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance.
Oh.
Or possibly by them.
Yeah.
Oh.
We want to know what the news will no longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into your news broadcasts We will defend your right to information. We will resist, and we will disrupt.
Slapping around the arse. I think things could have been different. You know, like better. But I don't know.
Actual
I love doing
1984,
autographs and having
dude.
somebody dress me and tell me what to wear. Did you always want to do music? Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I'd press record on my cassette. But then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Oh, sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it.
Wow.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what? It's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then. Well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here is Lucy with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Is this deliberate, Alex? We do like our guests to come back, you know.
I don't want her back.
Yeah, we don't want this one coming back. Yeah, we don't want this one back.
Breaking your blockades. Lil C.
At least this is one of the shorter ones.
Oh, baby, can't you see? I'm hungry. There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing. Only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here. Boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team in me. No dirty foreign member. Don't stop your morning drill. There's holes in me.
That one part's a little
I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, got a common skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older.
I gotta say, I don't approve of the lyrics, but like some of the stunts here.
An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die at team. So what
You know, given current real-world political events taking place, something like this might actually be patient. And that's a sad reality.
I've been this wild and free since my mom burdened me. She was only 53, but gave to save her family. But there's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, these babies gonna bring you home. I ain't no Vickers, got a common skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and hold me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier.
Yeah, you know, why couldn't there have been, you know, a disruptive thing happening right here?
Use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and down from there. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
What the hell?
That's not good. I don't want that. Yeah, we're losing the plot here. We're losing the plot. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, if that doesn't distract you
You
from the world
know-
outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for...
I don't know.
Don't go anywhere.
I don't know what I
After
was
the break,
going to
we'll
say. I
finally be
lost the
revealing
words.
the
I
new
don't know. I
segment
got
of
none.
our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
That was terrible.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it.
Mainstream,
and you know what? Good luck
yeah.
for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective of me. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael?
What?
Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean Short? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to start needing it.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, but you're going to need all 4 sound effects buttons for this next section. Try and pick the most appropriate sound effect for the actors' lines. They can't hear your choices, so they'll be assuming you're helping things along and not making them look ridiculous. Mind you, after the last section, can't help us all. Try and do better.
We're exactly 12, as it said in your rider.
Do I look like the sort of person who counts
I saw
things?
Tommy
No,
Harris in
no,
that group.
No, not anymore.
Is that?
I'm
Oh God, is that Mr. Algebra?
I'll tell you what.
That's Mr. Algebra.
Just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
God, Mr. Algebra's really
Thanks
He's
for
come
joining
up
us
in
for
the
the
world.
We've been teasing you
Broken
about
into the
our new
world.
feature all night.
Yeah.
And now the
Well,
wait is
thanks to
finally
those
over. I can reveal that every
taxes
night
that
on
he
the show
gets
we'll be treated to
every
an episode
fucking
of an informative
month.
and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePlume now. How'd you like that?
Jeff
Yeah,
DePlume.
very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's
Wait, he was dodging taxes.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
What do you mean by norm?
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
You have to play a sound effect, Alex.
So you didn't even play one.
Clicked.
Well, you're playing the effects now. It's just a shame they're the wrong ones.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried
This
they
is
won't
terrible.
ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key. into this lock.
Oh,
Your metaphors suck. That's funny.
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray.
I mean, we're just
And
fucking
just
burying
like that,
this.
You can unlock their future.
Yes, yes.
You're awful.
Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Shit.
Yeah, you gave him one.
One's addressed to me.
The fuck you, Granny.
What? This one? Oh, so
His
you're
hand's
right.
stuck, I think.
Pull your hand out of the box, Jackass.
Tommy, calm down. It's not that serious.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says
That was a
she
very
got an A on her
long
maths exam because
boo.
one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers? Hey?
You didn't play one.
I clicked it. What the hell?
No! It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Radu?
That's kind of racist.
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come.
Yes,
to pin
gang
my resume
signs.
on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What?
Oh no, he's not cool. He's not cool at all.
Nah.
Tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Well, I agree with you.
I
You're not
almost gave
cool.
him that.
Not at all.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to give him that one too. Well, I agree. Math is very important. You're not cool.
So you, a young
Can you get his
person,
hand
have been
out of the
spending your time
mailbox?
helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey!
Who
I haven't
urinates
huffed
on a
glue for
church?
months.
Well, blow me down!
Damn.
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool
Yeah, you ain't cool.
are, and not on your actions.
He's not cool. He's very not cool.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there?
Math is very important.
I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear
Yeah.
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray.
No one asked.
Oh, what the heck? Give us a
And
hug.
there's the nuke.
Oh. I think we just lost power there.
Look out the window. Look out the window. Oh, okay, it's doing it itself. Never mind. I wonder how big the nuke was if we felt it all the way over here.
That's loud.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we're picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be... Oh, God. What appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. I'm being told we're experiencing power fluctuations as a result, so apologies for any interruption to this broadcast for you at home. And apparently we can head over to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment now. Yep, yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have
Totally the good guys,
in
by the way.
58 other urban centers. And
Here we
will
go.
not hesitate to
And fuck her.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by.
We will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove.
You're the genocidal ones. You nuked the place.
In Konoslava. All our equipment seems to be resetting.
Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to
Can we get
ensure
this
that your
confirmed?
citizens become part of the
Can we get this
new
verified?
future.
I need this verified.
Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people.
I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you are receiving this, but if you are, then you have to know. You have to know what's being done. What's being done right now to our neighbours. This is unprecedented. Our government has committed an act, multiple acts of mass destruction in our name.
Fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens. We will
Damn it,
not
I can't.
hesitate to detonate further
I'm
devices.
losing
You will not
signal.
find them.
This can't
But
be.
no doubt you are already
We
searching for
are waiting further
Our
news
technology
and
is
oh.
decades ahead of now. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
I'm trying to think of what Jeremy would say if he were here now. He was always sceptical of Advance. Then I suppose he was always sceptical about everything.
This is a new speech.
Part of what made him so frustrating to work with. And so brilliant. I'm not going to lie, Jeremy, I really wish you were here now. You'd know what to say. You'd know how to bring everyone together. And I don't think you'd be angry. I think you'd see that anger was the engine that brought us here. I think you'd want us to stop, to look around us at the people and things we're so very lucky to have, and to realise what a privilege it is just to be alive. I think you'd want us to spare a thought for those with loved ones who are abroad tonight.
Which
And I
thankfully
think
our daughter
you'd be
was
worried about
not
retaliation,
this time.
but you wouldn't show it.
Not this time.
You'd remind us that this country and its people endure.
You know, can't wait for Charlie to defend these actions as just. Can't wait for Charlie just to really suck the dick of the government right
And I
now.
think you'd ask us to go to our loved ones and
Yeah.
be with them tonight.
What a failure of a show.
Jeremy. None of us do.
I wouldn't be surprised if the fucking idiot would go and
Let's make
fucking
tomorrow
pull fucking Granny's life support on his own.
And we're out.
Yeah, he'll probably do it too.
So,
He'd have loved it.
yeah, you would have done, you old bastard.
Huh? And I think now we're gonna be getting into the new stuff.
Yep, there we go. Still good.
Yeah. Got a bit of a bonus. A little bit of a bonus.
We're in the green.
We got some holiday money. We're good. Yeah, I would imagine, yeah, the global, approval would definitely be going down.
Oh, we have a new archive of the disruption hacks.
That's good. That's good.